twin brothers Tomax and Sabot. The gods, the gods, the gods, the gods, enter in the realm.
What's up? What's up? What's up? We are back. A Toy Kind of Mood, episode 73. And I got a special guest for you. The Saj, the Appzilla, the Alien Tongue, Apathy, Chad, Bromley. What's up, man? Good seeing you.
App Slaughter, what's up, bro?
App Slaughter in the house.
What's cracking?
Man, thanks for joining us on A Toy Kind of Mood.
Oh my God, are you kidding me? This is all I have left in life, bro.
That's the way I feel when I'm not getting booked.
Right.
Man. Yeah, so I last saw you in LA, I'm going to say 5 years ago now, 4 years ago. It was a Demigodz concert.
Right.
And it was in Hollywood somewhere, or Koreatown or something like that. I can't even remember the venue. Do you?
How many people were there? Was it packed or was it light?
No, it was good. It was packed. LA comes through.
Right. Usually like 9 times out of 10, our LA shows are sold out. But the last one that we did, we had poor guidance from a promoter. And he had us do a Tuesday night in LA, which is our biggest demographic in the world. And it was a disaster. It stunk. But the one before that.
Yeah, that was.
I remember the venue.
Actually, it was Chinatown. Chinatown.
Was it Chinatown?
I think it was Chinatown downtown from what I remember. Yeah. I remember walking through.
I think that's what it is. I'm trying to remember what the venue is. It wasn't the airliner, was it?
That sounds familiar. That like the air freighter, airliner, something like that. We'll just say it is. We got toys to talk about.
Exactly.
But yeah, we go back like 98, 99 on the underground hip hop forums. I was the loose cannon. I still can be at moments when we talk about repacks and repaints, Star Wars. Yeah. But you know, it's funny. Yeah, and it's great. You know, shout out to Open Mic, kind of keeping us in touch all these years. So yeah, and it's unbelievable how the hip hop community and the toy community is starting to come together these last few years too. It's kind of opening up. We saw with wrestling, you know, with Griselda, and now we're kind of with Pharohs Chad with the Marvel Legends. We're kind of seeing toys come through. But you want to talk about that a little bit, but like maybe some influence on your music, you know, always 80s nostalgia and all that.
Right. It makes total sense because we grew up in that generation. We're a very young generation. We grew up on Thundercats and He-Man, and that sparked a lot of our raps. You know, you hear it in a lot of the raps of the legendary artists, you know, Das Effects rapping Thundercats, everybody talking about all that kind of stuff. That's what was important to us. That was synonymous with hip hop, with our generation. Comic books, video games, 80s cartoons. And it's interesting when you talk about 80s cartoons, it has to have been the greatest of all time ever because it's the most duplicated and the most rebooted ever.
Bar none.
I mean, there's nothing like it. There's no 60s or 70s cartoons that are out that are being, you know, rebooted like the 80s. The 80s is bonkers. Like, how was G.I. Joe made in the 80s and Transformers made in the 80s? And those are like the biggest things that are going on right now. You know, it's bonkers. So it's always
yeah. So it's cool to be part of that collective that, you know, I've called it geek swag, you know, like Wu-Tang, MF Doom, your boy Seamus, Esso, and of course we heard the song in the intro, Tomax's Xamot. So we want to talk about that song real quick before we talk some toys.
Well, when Esso sent me the beat for that, and Esso and I were talking about that for a long time because we started recording that in like, I want to say we started recording around like 2008, 2009. And we knew we wanted to do that and pull off that idea, you know, just us, I guess maybe us being like two similar looking white guys or something, you know what I'm saying?
I know, we might as well just call this episode Tomax's Xamot.
That's a great idea. That's what it is.
Middle-aged white dudes with beards from New England.
Right.
Yeah. But
so you know, we wanted to do something real special. So, you know, on that track, we go back and forth a lot. And we weren't in the studio when we did that because, you know, we're both family men. So we would just mail each other back and forth. And it was a lot of fun, though, too, because you open up your email and you're waiting to see what you got from the other person. You know what I mean? He went crazy. So then you want to go crazy. And that's almost even a different energy than being in the studio together because then there's no real surprise. You know what I'm saying? So when we did Tomax and Zama, we had a lot of fun sending each other back and forth the references to build that out like that and to do all that complicated back and forth, raps.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys with the Army of the Pharaohs and of course Demigods. Do you have any favorite songs of yours or in the groups that are maybe geek influenced, or if not Joe based, anything comic influence? I know Esoteric with Czarface has taken it to another level with the, well, hopefully we'll get him here someday, but with the graphic novels and the comics and all that stuff. But what about from you? Like any other influences in your songs that we can hear?
It's too many. It's almost to the point where I felt like I had to dial it back maybe because I would just OD with the references in like almost every verse, if not every other verse. You know what I'm saying? Like obscure references, lots of Destro references,
Right.
all of these different things. I reference it all the time. Actually, me and Vanderslice produced a whole EP, and every single one of the samples is from the music from the Joe series. And I don't mean like the main theme.
Right.
And,
the deep cuts,
Right, the deep cuts. And then I'm about to release this song. I have this song called 300 Blackout, and the hook, I sample it. I made the actual singing from the 80s series a cappella, but I sampled it and it goes, he'll fight for freedom whenever there's trouble. You know what I'm saying? So like, here, I'll even show you a little snippet. You'll be able to hear it.
Yeah, let's do it.
This is unreleased. Hold on, let me.
Street sweepers.
So the bitches that are flash you was like, watch for they lies when they cover out, people pass out, blocking off the exit so the crowds can't back out. Say the show must go on so you can cash out. I'll be in my basement loading 300 blackout.
Oh wait, that's not it. Hold on.
And that they stay transmitting, but all their fans listen, and all they want is blood, and now their hands dripping. Yeah, you can shrug your shoulders and pretend you don't care. I'll be picking up a sword for war like, oh yeah.
You heard it first, everybody. Exclusive.
You know what I'm saying? So anyway,
all right.
But he'll fight for freedom.
That's nuts, bro. I can't wait. It's bonkers. What's a release on that? Anything?
I'm honestly just waiting on finding the right cover art. Like a lot of these albums, a lot of these projects, all my friends know is that I'm a psycho with as far as perfectionism. So like when I did the Demigods album, that was 4 or 5 years of recording. And when you listen to the Demigods album, Killmatic, I do all of that. Like the only beat I didn't pick on the album was the Tomax and Zama. Esoteric brought that. And but as far as concepts, as far as cover art, as far as writing, hooks, mixing, mastering, sequencing, I do every single aspect. I come up with the artwork, all of that shit. So so my point is that now I'm just like waiting for artwork for that 300 Blackout joint, man.
Yeah. Okay. Can't wait on that. Yeah. And just a preface, if people are not familiar, Clinton Sparks, get familiar with App if you haven't. But yeah, I mean, your album from last year was #2. I had just Nas, because Nas I thought was done when I compared him to Jay-Z. I was like, what's up with this guy? And his last 2 albums was bonkers. So, but other than Nas, where the river runs through it.
Where the river meets the sea.
Where the river meets the sea. All right, man. But
the river runs through. What is that? That's a movie with Brad Pitt, isn't it?
See what happens when you're in my business? Everything's a movie. But anyway, regardless of the title, your album was #2 on my list. So if you haven't joined, get on Facebook at Geek Swag. Look it up.
I'm on there, right?
Geek Swag. What's up, App?
I'm on there. I'm on the Geek Squad.
Yeah, it took you like 12 years, but you finally joined. So
that's everything, man. That's me with everything.
All right, let's talk toys. It's toy time. I know you got a lot to show off. We are going to review the Hasbro Pulse Fan First Tuesday, and there was a lot to go over. But first, App, show us some stuff. Let's talk O-ring. Let's talk classified. What are you collecting right now? What have you collected in the past? Like, give us a tour if you want, man.
You bet. So I was real big on the O-ring. So here's how this all started, right? So I've always been a Joe fanatic, but my holy grail that I never had as a kid that I always wanted, even when I was a kid, I had fucking dreams about it. I wanted it so bad. And back in the 80s, you just didn't have access to everything like you had now. There's no eBay, there's none of that. So my biggest thing What was the name of that venue in LA?
I thought it was the airline.
No, after the airline. This is my boy Enemy the Illest right here.
What up? What up? Trav Moody, what's up, man?
Trav Moody, nice to meet you, brother.
Nice
Yo,
to meet
Enemy
you,
the Illest supports my habit because he's one of my best friends, and he'll give me the illest presents for Christmas and for my birthday with G.I. Joe stuff, like old VHS tapes unopened. He'll give me the pictures and the photos.
It's easy to shop for because I know exactly what he wants, so it's
Look at that, dude. What? People are gonna wild out when they see this.
Yeah, so anyway, back in the day in the 80s, I wanted Alpine. Alpine was my holy grail that I never got back in the day, right? So now fast forward to, I want to say like around 2010, 2011, eBay's popping. I was like, yo, you know what? I'm just going to get Alpine, right? So I got Alpine and I'm like, God, it hit the same like serotonin boosters in my brain that I used to get in the 80s. Like I'm holding it and I'm like, what the fuck, man? Like, this is incredible that I feel the same way looking at this as I did when I was a little kid. It brought me that same kind of joy in my heart, So then I was like, well, you know what? I want to get Sergeant Slaughter again. You know what I'm saying? And then it just dominoed, bro. And then all of a sudden, thousands and thousands of dollars later, I'm sitting here collecting all these O-ring figures.
And it's thousands. It's thousands. Yep.
Right. Like it can get real, man. I ran out of space in my studio. I got to find a better way to display them. So they're up on the wall. Like if you can see in my studio, there's a big back wall. That up there is to absorb the sound when it bounces in my studio. But that back wall with the wood. So, I'm sorry. In this, by the way, too, Snow Job. Where am I pointing here? There we go.
Yeah,
Snow Job was the first Joe I ever got. I got him at a grab bag in kindergarten, and I opened it up, and so I got him for Christmas a grab bag, and it was Snow Job, and I was just gassed right away. Here's a cool thing. I'll show you this real quick. Black Major, he's the homie, man. Shout out Black Major. So back in the 80s, there was this TV show I loved called Major Dad with Gerald McCraney. And Black Major hooked up one whole custom Major Dad.
That's insane.
I know. Is it reversed on your end?
No, you're good. It's clean.
Okay.
It's clean.
Bad.
It's clean, man.
Black Major hooked that up.
That's unbelievable. Is he doing other stuff? Is he customizing more than that, or did he do it? You just hooked it up?
He just hooked that one up for me, but I mean, Black Major's blowing up, man. It's to the point I'm going to Toy Vaults and all these different stores, and they're carrying his figures in there, his joints in there. So it's wild that he's blowing up like that.
Unbelievable.
I got a unopened road pig right here. He's
so Lenny Panzik is gonna love that because he keeps name dropping Road Pig, and I think we'll get it sooner or later, maybe for Comic-Con or something. But yeah,
shout out to Lenny. I said that to Lenny too. I when I DM'd Lenny, I said, "Yo, here's my wish list of classifieds," and he's like, "Yo, I can't say anything, but I think you're gonna be happy with some of those with what's coming up."
Love it.
I'm like, man, come on, bro, you can tell me.
Come on, Lenny.
I got Super Soldier, and I forget what this other dude's name is. This other dude is the one who came with the VHS tape. Forgive me out there if anybody knows who that is. But man, I got a lot of real crazy joints.
Look at all the Slaughter, man. Oh man, Slaughter's Marauders.
Right.
Look at that, and he's a special topic for today. But yeah, look at that Jinx, the Tiger Force Jinx. Oh man,
Force Jinx, regular Jinx, right there.
Deep cut. Look at this collection, fellas. Look at this collection, ladies. This is unreal. Look at that. You got the fridge. Everyone's talking about the fridge now because they're like, oh, Sarge is back. What's up with the fridge? So maybe.
Bro, I was thinking about that. They're going to have to pay some serious licensing, I guess. But I mean, what else is Fridge doing? I feel like he can't turn down that money, man.
Yeah, he'll need it. Look at that big boa. That's unbelievable. I like how clean it is. Man. So you're still going to do the O-rings though. You're still going to do the new.
Right, and just like you got them, I wanted to display mine. I like that you got yours in the box. You kept.
I got two, so I'm double dipping, which is really expensive because they're like $40 for the front. But yeah, I mean, I got one for the case, and then one just sitting there on the shelf. That way, because like we talked about before the show, we got a special vehicle coming through Hasbro in a year, and I'm gonna want to play with it. I'm not gonna want all the card back. I don't want to mess up the card back, but I don't want to not have the figures to go in the Sky Striker, right? So you funded that too?
Yeah, I funded that too. I was big into that, man. I was trying to spread the word and let it be known and talk about that. So I wanted that Sky Striker bad. And I started to get stressed towards the end when it didn't seem like they were gonna meet the goal. I was starting to get stressed out. And I'm like, damn, man. So, and then I'm happy it finally came through. But I'm playing with that too, man. I'm opening that up. You know what I'm saying?
Did
and
you get one or two?
I got one.
Okay.
I got one.
I won't lie. I got the second one. You know, maybe it's one of those because they come with the different decals, you know, with the one, you know, the real Tomcat and then the one for the Cobra. So I'm like, if I somehow can manage to have room, maybe I'll have dueling Sky Strikers, or to be honest, the second one's gonna flip and it might pay for that one. You know, we're in tough times with the, you know, the skyrocketing prices on these toys. So I ain't got no problem flipping one.
That's what I should have done. I should have got two and then just flipped.
Yeah.
I know it's gonna, you know it's gonna go. But
hey,
I wish the Rattler.
It's all good. Yeah, the Rattler. That's one we got to see. What's your prediction for a HasLab for Joe June? Before we even get into Fan First Tuesday, there's a Joe June coming up, which is going to be their mega show, and I'm pretty sure we're going to see a HasLab. But do you think it'll be classified?
I hope it's classified. Listen, they have a lot of catching up to do. And first of all, they need to stop with all of these fucking repeats and all these triples and bro,
you're not alone.
No reason we should have that many roadblocks and gung hos and shit like that. It's just too much. Like the reflip of Lady J, like there's too many characters that haven't been done yet.
Right.
Before they need to be doing that and revisiting and doing repaints. You know what I'm saying? Like there's way too many characters. I got a list. Let me know when you're ready to go through the list.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We'll go through, of course. So I called this Repaint City. I mean, it's, but I guess the logic behind that, you know, because it reminds me of Brock Lesnar just suplexing everybody. Welcome to Repaint City. But I think the thing is, the people that defend this is that it supplies the funding for new tooling. So the more repaints, if you use the same molds, the money that they get, and the people are simps over this. I mean, I'm included. I'll buy some repaints, and we'll go over which one I will. But it helps provide them the extra money because G.I. Joe is the least, you know, it's just starting to in the last year or two during the pandemic blow up. But it has to have the lowest budget, probably smaller than Fortnite and Power Rangers at this point.
Right.
So
because it's not popping like Star Wars or Transformers.
Right. But it's starting to. Like even the 35th anniversary movie of G.I. Joe is going to be in theaters in June or July. So they're starting to really.
When I bought that Alpine, like in 2010 off eBay, I might have paid like $6 for him complete. You know what I'm saying? Now that's like 30, 40 bills complete. So I've watched this thing skyrocket with the Joe thing, you know? And it's funny too, because it's just us, the fans, propelling that. It's not a movie. The movies are trash. The movies are garbage. So it's us. You know, it's us fans with our nostalgia. And that nostalgia is another point too, even with the classified. When I see them doing like blue ninjas, I'm like, I don't even know what those are. Like, there's no blue ninjas. Like, get out of here, man.
Well, so they were cyborgs, and so I think they're basically repaints. But I mean, the cool thing about those blue ninjas are those masks, the Oni, and you know the Kitsune mask is so dope. And I think without the masks, I'm like, all right, I'll get one just to throw them in the army building thing like that. But with the masks, I mean, that almost creates a new character, even though they're using the Akiko mold for the and we're getting a female ninja, which is so cool too. And I'm sure people are going to repaint that for a Jinx, you know?
They need to do Jinx. But listen, I'll tell you what, shout out to Lenny for those masks though, because those masks are bonkers. Those are crazy. So those are really, really dope. But yeah, man.
So sick. But the other repaints we had, let's just start off right here. So, you know, the homies, but man, do we really need another? I just bought that. You ever see Mezco toys?
Yeah. Yep.
Those high end, like they're not quite, you know, hot toys where you're paying 300, 400, but it's like around 100, 125. But I went in on that Snake Eyes just because it did come with timber. It came with all the accessories, but now we're getting another one with the Renegades Resolute, and I'm like, ah,
Yeah,
man,
man.
another one. We don't need
'Cause we
it.
had the Fortnite one, we had the main, the OG simple one. Then we had the one with his. I got the one displayed, the dope one with the dojo. You know, he had his
The
little
deluxe 000, yeah.
right, the deluxe, and
Yeah.
then we had the first edition Snake Eyes with timber, and that's dope. I just got that
The
too.
Commando, yeah.
Right, the Commando one,
Yep.
and we just don't need any more damn Snake Eyes. Like, how
Yeah.
many Snake Eyes you gonna have, man? Like,
Yeah.
it's too
So as
much.
people see on the screen, we got, they got the paint deco, the green pants, and they went back to that night visor because of course the 2-pack is the Commando. If you're gonna start off and you just want one Snake Eyes, get that Commando 2-pack that you just said app with timber. But I guess what I like about this timber, he's got a cleaner white and kind of more retro white with the a real American hero thing, and he's more grizzled than the other one. But it's really not necessary. They're just milking it. I'll admit it. They're milking it at this point. There's no reason. There's no
I
way
like
to skip
that.
around it.
You're right. I really dig that Storm Shadow that they showed, man. That's finally they got it right with the nostalgia hit of how he was classic wise.
Right. So the difference is, did you see? Let's see. Where am I looking? All right. I'm afraid to pull this one out and have it fall over the place. But this is the one that hardly anyone has because Spirit, Storm Shadow, and the Cobra Officer only got released on Dorkside Toys. This is why you order from everyone.
Right.
Keep a sheet ready and cancel because you look at people still don't have it. They're still waiting for them 3.
Right.
So
That's crazy.
yeah, so they're giving everyone a chance here with this carded version. And I guess the only difference is really they got rid of the hood. There's the bare hands and the wrist wraps, which I already got from a character from Shang-Chi anyway, doing some kit bashing there, and he's got a more aggressive scowl, but it is Storm Shadow. It is on card back. So I'm like you, man. I'm gonna get it anyway. I don't need it, but I'll just get one in card and probably just keep it in card. Yeah.
I'm getting everything. The only thing I'm probably not getting is I'm even getting the Blue Ninjas because of the masks alone.
Yeah.
But the only thing I'm not getting is Python because and that's a personal thing because I didn't like the Python Patrol when I was a kid. I thought it was whack to me when I was a kid. So personally, and I get it if other people are like, nah, that was dope. I loved it because I had good memories attached to it. But I just didn't dig it as a kid.
So no Python Patrol Cobra Officer for you. So you didn't have to worry about the Target. Honestly, to be honest, the Target exclusive stuff has been a lot easier to get than it was a year ago. So
yeah,
shout out to this.
I did pre-order Tiger Force guys. I got Ricondo and I got Bazooka.
Yeah, so let's talk about those. So the Bazooka, Larry Zonka. I love the box, man. He looks great in box. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, a lot of people are talking boxes now because Marvel Legends, they went with that wraparound packaging, which is just a whole other, we already talked about another show, but I love your opinion on that. Like the Marvel Legends you can't even see what you're getting. I mean, talk about, are you familiar with that packaging? Marvel Legends?
Is that, what is it? No, I don't know about the where you can't see what you're getting.
Yeah. So the last Marvel, go ahead.
So Pharohs is one of my closest friends in the music industry, right? Very close friend of mine. We talk constantly. We mostly talk about toys. And Mach is the Marvel Legends guy, and I'm the G.I. Joe guy. And I actually just got him something fire. I got him the Comic-Con Archangel, the really dope one. That whole 3-pack, Wolverine, Archangel, I forget who else is in it. Yeah. But because he deserves it, man. With his collection, he needs to have that too in there. You know what I'm saying? And I found it, so I was like, all right, boom. And but he's the Marvel guy, man. He's real serious with it. So what is it? It's like a blind buy?
It's a blind buy. So you're better off pre-ordering this and waiting rather than going hunting because you don't even know if people returned it, put in, a sign in there that says, fuck off, dude. Sorry, I got the toy. Like it's just an empty box of rocks and sticks. You don't know what you're getting back. A John Cena that nobody wants, like it's crazy. So yeah, it's a big mess. They're trying to use like saving on plastic. The toys are plastic. So, it's this whole controversial thing, but thank God right now, G.I. Joe Classified, that would have just destroyed this whole stream. So I'm glad they didn't go there yet with these boxes because the artwork is fresh. I'm really feeling it. Recondo, though, we'll talk about Recondo right now. That Tiger Force Recondo.
Well, first of all, if memory serves, and like I say, I'm a huge collector. I love it. But if memory serves, I think Recondo came with the Dragonfly, the repaint of the Tiger Force Dragonfly instead of Wild Bill. And
yes.
I love the Recondo. I love the whole Tiger Force squad, especially the original one that came out. I always thought it was strange as a kid that Duke had the brown hair when he did the comeback. It's like, yo, what did he like dye? Like Duke's in there in the barracks dyeing his hair brown.
Yeah. So did you want brown hair on this one with the ram, or did you want the blonde?
I did want brown hair just because I wanted it to be like the old one, but I thought the old one was strange. I thought it was weird, and maybe Lenny and them and Tony, maybe they were like, nah, this looks weird now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
I feel that.
Maybe they had the foresight to be like, nah, that was a big misstep on Hasbro's part back in the 80s. So let's not go that route again. But it was so strange, but everybody was dope, man. I got a Flint over there, which is one of my favorite Tiger Force. You know, I got Bazooka. Bazooka was my favorite. Bazooka was my favorite.
So you must be ecstatic to get the Bazooka then.
Beyond, man. And it looks so dope. It looks so incredible. So that Bazooka figure with the white jersey, the Tiger Force, that's one of my favorite Joes of all time. Probably like top 10 of my favorite Joes.
I will say this, when they first showed the digital render on the last stream, I wasn't hype on these at all. I even reviewed it for geekshavegame.com and said like my order, and they were at the bottom, but seeing them, you know, Lenny and Han and the nice photography, I thought they both looked beautiful. I love the tape wraps on that rifle. You know, I like the sleek backpack and the sleeping bag. He's got the, like he explained, he said the compass, the watch. They even like explained why they went with a leg holster for the machete. Like they covered all the bases with these two. And I guess the controversy on this is, why are we getting the Tiger Force? Well, we know why. Because if you get the OG first, most people are not gonna buy the Tiger Force.
Right.
So it forces you to buy the sub teams first. And again, this is gonna help. Hopefully the money goes towards tooling so we can start to see the characters we want to see. And we'll do a wish list after we're done breaking these down. Just to kind of rattle through a couple other ones. What's your thoughts on those Walmart exclusive, the classified card backs? Because you're a fan of the O-ring and now you're getting the 6-inch version. To be honest, I passed on all of them except the Gung Ho because he's a completely different Gung Ho.
This could be totally coincidental, and I have no delusions of grandeur, but I remember talking to them because I was talking with Hasbro, I was talking with Emily, I was talking with Lenny. Cool. And nice. At one point when we were talking, because I was talking about helping them out, I wanted to help them out. They must have heard my music and got scared and not wanted to do it because they had set up team emails and everything, right, to bring me in to help out. Because my demographic, my fan base, my hundreds of thousands of fans love G.I. Joe. Love it. But then they just ghosted me. So good job, Hasbro.
Hey, because Pharoh Monch has never cursed on a song before. I learned swears from him.
Rub on your titties.
Yeah, that was in the clubs. Come on, dog.
Huge record.
What a world we live in, though, huh? All right.
I don't get it. But hey, listen, regardless, I got so much love for Lenny. He's dope. He's such a nice guy. Yeah. And I'm going to support what they're doing regardless, just for the selfish nostalgia, you know what I'm saying, of my youth. But so the card backs, I said to Emily and Lenny, and they might have already had it in the queue, but I feel some kind of way. Cause I said, yo, it'd be cool is if you guys did the classifieds and had it on the old cards, like back in the 80s. And they were like, interesting, blah, blah, blah. They probably already had it in the works and couldn't just say anything.
Yeah, but this is the O-ring, but this is what you're going to get in the 6-inch.
But then when they announced it months after they ghosted me, I'm like, ooh, I'm feeling some kind of way right now.
I feel some residuals coming. What do they call that music? Residuals is in movies. Yeah,
nah, it's funny.
Royalties is music. Yeah,
I'm gonna be cursing and salty as hell right on my way to the store to go buy them.
Wait, so hold up. You're gonna buy. Do you have Zartan classified? Because there's two.
Yeah, I got the one. I don't have the I need the color change one. I only have the regular one. He's displayed up here. I'll show you.
Okay.
I got some let's see if I can do this. So I got Zartan right there. You got Lion-O right above him.
Yeah.
I got the Snake Eyes, the deluxe.
Look at the woo. Yeah. Just for those who couldn't.
36 chambers, and that's signed by RZA and Danny.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is
ODB.
the ODB.
You know?
Look at that. That's hip hop right there with the Joes. Gotta love it. That's what we're all about.
Yep.
That's nuts.
Yeah, man. I love the 80s and I love cartoons and I love all the classics. And then from the 80s, Wally World, bro. The movies from Wally World.
Oh man. So you're gonna get the Zartan with the card back because this was kind of your idea. You're gonna get one to open, but you already got one open, so probably just one to keep in card, or
I want to keep. I'm gonna hang those card back ones up somewhere. You know what I mean? Like those card back ones are really dope.
Yeah, good.
They're doing like I forget who else they're doing. They're doing Lady J. They're doing Gung Ho.
Yep.
Destro. The Destro looks more authentic than the OG Destro, right?
Mm-hmm. It looks like the OG. Yeah, they went more of a Sunbow, or not quite Sunbow, but more like the original, A Real American Hero figures than the more. Because remember, Classified started off sci-fi, and we joked about that on shout out to the Terrordrome. Of course, we got some hip hop there right there. We had Robo Skull Skeletron, wonderful interview. If you haven't caught that yet, take a look at that Robo Skull. But yeah, we were joking about that because they're doing sci-fi, and then all the Joe fans are flocking to it. But the Joe fans wanted nothing to do with the sci-fi Classified when they first came out. I love your opinion on that. Like how when they first came out, they had them big, robotic shin pads and the gold and like those Nerf guns. And now, I mean, to be honest, they're getting a lot better, more militarized. So shout out to Hasbro for knowing their fans and kind of reacting to that.
I'll tell you what the wackest shit was the Roadblock where you had that big space cosmic gun. I'm like, bro, what
Halo gun.
What? This doesn't even look like the shit he had. I'm saying, like, they were trying to redo this Roadblock. And I mean, that doesn't look like that cosmic gun that he had either.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even know what they were doing. I didn't even want that joint.
I can't believe someone on eBay actually bought those guns off me. Maybe for Halo toys or something.
That's funny.
Yo, so there was Zarana, there was Dusty, there was Crimson Guard. You want to break them down for me?
Okay, Zarana is dope, right? So I used to be friends with this kid, Matt DeMarco, back in the day, okay? And I lost one of Matt's Joes. So I had to buy him one. So my dad brought me down to KB Toys, and I had to replace this kid's Joe. So I bought Zarana for him. And I was so jelly that it was like a week later, I had to save up and hustle and do all types of stuff. Little kid hustle, not with lawn, I don't know, mow a lawn or whatever the hell I had to do to get that Zarana, man, because I loved Zarana back in the day. And she was dope. This is the one that I had, because, they had Zarana with the two. They had the two hairstyles.
The pompadour, the mullet, yeah.
Right. This was the one that the pompadour one is the one that I dug, and I like that one. But when I had this, bro, I was so pumped. And then I'll tell you what. Here's an honest thing. I like Dusty now because of the nostalgia, but man, I hated the way Dusty looked back in the day. I just thought he looked like a goofy, like a dog, like with his thing hanging down around him. I just thought he looked whack, man. I hated that toy. I remember, like, I had a friend I played G.I. Joes with, and he'd be like, "Here, Dusty." I'm like, I don't want Dusty. No,
that's crazy.
No way. And then Crimson Guard is one of my favorites of all time. Here's the funny thing that I talk about with my friends who were Joe heads back in the day. There was the same excitement and buzz behind certain figures as classic albums. Like when Wu dropped 36 Chambers, it was what we talked about at school. Same with Joe's, right? because like when Crimson Guards dropped, we all sweated it, right? When Bats dropped, we were like lost our minds over Bats, bro. Like even just the character having the figure now, the old O-ring one, when I hold it in my hand, I remember what that felt like. Yeah, I got him displayed too. Hell yeah.
And they shout out to Gridiron, and then yeah, we got the clear cases. Some of them even have like different designs. There's Destros and all that, and then this sword. Yeah, there's all kind of yeah. There's some ill, you know, one per case, I believe. One per case on Etsy has all kind of different, you know. And this is Gridiron. This I'll show you. This is nuts. You're gonna love that.
Oh damn!
That chainsaw is from Gridiron Props, Gridiron Studios. I'll connect you with those guys.
Oh,
and then the cases right here, the clean packs right there. Those are translucent packs. Those are from one per case on Etsy, I believe, or Instagram.
So
I'm getting that right. But yeah, I just custom the crap out of these things. And dude, what do you think? I was gonna ask you about army building. Do you build?
No, I don't army build. I just because I don't have room. That's my whole problem.
Yeah, we can see it. Yeah.
If I had more room, I would be all about it, man. I just don't have the space. But bro, like I said, man, when this guy dropped, this is what we talked about at school. If somebody didn't have it, they wanted to hold it and be like, yo, let me play with, let me borrow that real quick. But it was such a big deal back then. So my point was bringing it back. Crimson Guard is just a home run as far as I'm concerned from Hasbro.
Yep. Yeah, it comes with a sword and everything. And yeah, I mean, that uniform detail is ridiculous. Yeah. So we covered it. I can't let you go without giving us a rating and an overall thought on the Fan First Tuesday. I'll let you go first. Actually, let us know. Give us a mic score. Forget the whiskeys today. We'll go with how many mics, and you can use 0.25, 1.5. How many mics you gonna give this stream?
The stream that we just saw.
Actually, bring that back. Rewind selector. How the fuck did we, and I'll use F-bomb, how the fuck do we not talk about Sergeant Slaughter?
I mean,
we're having such a good...
That was about to be my point for the
How
rating.
the fuck? Yeah, let's talk Sarge before we give that, and then give your mic score when you're done talking Sarge.
Right. So, I mean, come on, man. First of all, back in the 80s, I fell off with wrestling after the 80s, right? I just stopped with wrestling. But I was a fanatic. So my grandfather, I called him my Pepe, right? It's French for grandpa. He was the funniest ham ever. He would bring me to wrestling events. And my grandfather had a real big, crazy personality. He was hilarious. And he would troll me because we get close to the side of the ring and he's like, I'm going to jump in there and grab that ref. I'm doing it right now. And I'd be like, no, Pepe, don't jump in the ring. So he would get me hype about wrestling, man. I got Jimmy Superfly Snuka original there. I got a Hulk Hogan original, perfect condition coming in the mail. Really dope. But so Slaughter was a huge. Oh, by the way, before I even start with Slaughter, bro, the other night I got to speak with Jesse Ventura and on Clubhouse. He's on Clubhouse, and he's got him and his son go on Clubhouse, and they do a Clubhouse room, and it's dope because Clubhouse is a room where you have a lot of people talking all at once on stage. They do it dope because it's just Jesse and his son, and then they'll invite one person and they'll talk to you. So I got up there and I was bugging out, and bro, talking to Jesse the Body Ventura, just hearing his voice, I was getting like goosebumps and damn near got teary-eyed. And he's the greatest dude, and he's so knowledgeable.
That's so good to hear, man.
Spends time talking to you, listens to you, cares what you... It was unbelievable. So I was fanning out and freaking out. You know what I'm saying? And I've hung out with Jay-Z, Snoop Dogg, the biggest legends in the world, hung out with them, walked red carpets in Hollywood. None of that did what it did to me to talk to Jesse Ventura. So at any rate, so Slaughter was so massive to me as a kid. Like before Joe's picked him up and before Joe started working with him, then all of a sudden when I saw him on G.I. Joe, I damn near lost my mind as a kid. So, and then I picked up all the Slaughters. I had them all. I had him when he had the Warthog, when he had, the original, the T-Tank, Slaughter's Marauders, the OG one that you had to mail away for. I got them all back there. They're so dope, man.
So hold on one second. We're gonna need Footloose. We're gonna need Mutt. We're gonna need Low Light because we already got Spirit. We already got Barbecue. So the repaints are there, but we need the other three.
Oh, bro, I forgot Low Light, man.
Yeah. So we're gonna need those for the slot now. Yeah, Slaughter's Marauders.
Spirit, right. That Spirit O-ring is dumb expensive. Trying to collect that, get that Spirit O-ring, man. The O-ring version of Slaughter's Marauders Spirit there.
I can imagine.
But bro, but when we were watching the Fan First, and they would started talking about Slaughter, I almost lost it.
Yeah, Emily said let's ask Sarge, and I just went, what?
I was like, no way.
Before they even showed him, bro, I was like, what? I already Sarge. Who else could Sarge be? You know, so
I sat up and I was like, no way. I was like, nah. I was like, it's not gonna be him, bro. It's not gonna be him, and it was fucking him. And then the one criticism I had, because my energy got built up so much. And then he's like, let's take a look at it. And I thought they were going to go right into the footage of the figure, and I was going to be high off it. But they went, let's take a look at it. And then all of a sudden, no offense to the Hasbro team, but it got quiet again, and the Hasbro team comes back in and was like, wow, that's cool, Sergeant Slaughter. Now let's look at it. And I was like, oh, man. If it would have been Sarge introducing it and went right into the thing. So
or
take that in mind, Hasbro.
Or if you had a prototype in hand or something.
Oh, my God, bro.
It was still great. Actually, I joked in a wrestling chat, because I'm a wrestling fanatic. I was like, this might be Sergeant Slaughter's longest promo ever. It was like 2 minutes long, but for 73 years old, he cut a clean promo, man. I can't believe he even said maggots. So I was like, all right, Hasbro's getting a little, you know, they're a little more chill with stuff now. All right, cool.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, that was surprising that he said that. That was dope.
Yeah.
What
do you think? What do you think of the toy, though? So we get the removable hat, the whistle. It's clearly
sunglasses removed.
Yeah,
I'm interested to see. First of all, I think it's incredible, and I don't think Hasbro has honestly really missed a step detail-wise. I'm interested to see how the glasses are going to look once they're on, because that's got to be a pretty fine, small piece there. So I'm excited to see how the glasses will look when you can remove them and take them off. And then it's also going to be weird seeing Sergeant Slaughter with no glasses on. You know what I'm saying? Like, how many times have you seen Slaughter with, you know,
just in the ring, just in the ring,
he take his joints off. But
yeah.
It's funny to think about. And
the cartoon too. I mean, the cartoon, obviously he had his no glasses on in the animated series as well. But yeah.
Right. The whole time in the animated series. Yeah. But it's going to be dope to see, you know, I wonder if they're going to give him a little receding hairline and all that. Bald.
Yeah. Bald. Well, they are going to Real American Hero, so we'll see what they do with them. But you got to give, this dude is the ultimate hustler. He has 3 action figures. No, he's got more than 3, but he's got 3 different figures from 3 different toy lines in the past year. Action Force, WWE Mattel with that Comic-Con exclusive. And it's up there somewhere. And now with Hasbro, I think it's like a year and a half, 3 figures from 3 lines. That's the ultimate toy hustle right there. That dude is a genius.
That's fire. What a great guy, man. That was incredible seeing him. So, and the toy looks dope. It looks so incredible.
I'll tell you what, if you want to go to Joe Fest, I'll go. Otherwise, I'm not sure if I really want to go to Augusta, Georgia in June or July and sweat my ass off. But if you go, I might have to take you up on that.
All right. We might have to do it. I'll have to see our family Cape Cod vacation is in August, so I got to figure out what the dates are.
All right.
But that would be dope.
But
man.
That would be sick. Yeah, just have a couple of drinks and talk Joe and meet up with a lot of cool people. Ben and Mark will be there from Skeletron, so we'll have a lot of friends over there, I'm sure. But man, so final thoughts on this Fan First Tuesday, and then we'll wrap it up with future stuff. But yeah, just the final thoughts on the rating.
I thought it was dope, man. I would say the rating, and the rating is only here because of Slaughter, right? Because of Sergeant Slaughter. I think it was like a 4.8 out of 5.
After talking to you on the phone, I was expecting a 2. So I was like here, and then after talking to you, we were talking repaints. I was like, all right, I have to dumb down my score, but here we are.
Without Slaughter, it's a 2.5. Like without the Slaughter figure and seeing Sergeant Slaughter video, it's a 2.5. But with Slaughter included, it's a 4.8 because it shot up that energy in my brain. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of too many repaints. too much random stuff when there's a lot of work to be done, you know. And I get your point, you know, you got to recoup and you got to bolster.
But not every toy needs to be a repaint. I mean, we saw everything they revealed was pretty much a repaint. And then, I mean, I'm glad they went through all the stuff that they had the digital render for, and now we're going to get it in hand, and we were able to pre-order it, and those look amazing. But yeah, just one too many repaints for my liking, you know.
Well, we got to go over these just if it touches their ears at any point, we got to go over the wish list.
We will. So my rating will be, it was a 3.25, but we're feeling the love. Sergeant Slaughter Impact is big. I'll give it a 3.5 mics, kind of like the rating that they gave every album back in the day. Safe rating.
That's what I got in the source. I got a 3.5 for Eastern Philosophy.
Bullshit, dude. That's a easily a 4. Hey, I don't even know. If we're still doing ratings, I think the last album I gave you was almost a 5. So there you go. All right, let's move on. Wish list time. What does Apathy want to see from Classified, from Yojo June? I mean, obviously, we all want to see Shipwreck. That's the one everyone's talking about.
Number 1.
Dude, there you go. But yeah, break down your list, dog.
Shipwreck, Alpine. I really want to see Alpine. We need a quick kick, man. I can't believe we don't have quick kick. You know, I don't know if Fridge is going to happen, but it would be nice. It would be critical to have Serpentor with his chariot. I think that.
And let me step through real quick, because did you see the Dr. Mindbender teases? So they said on the box it is pretty much giving away that Serpentor is on the way with Easter eggs on the box. So but yeah, they didn't even mention Mindbender on this show, so that's another. That was weird after getting all them leaked images and not even mentioning it. So, but yeah, Serpentor is probably my number 1.
Mindbender, but that's a great thing.
Yeah.
They need to do the Dreadnoks for sure. This is random and it's probably not going to happen, but man, seeing a Televiper would be dope too. You know, I think a Televiper would be dope. Road Pig, Naugahyde, those would be dope ones. Those are Dreadnoks, but you know, Snow Job would be pretty dope with the ski. Mutton Junkyard. Why the fuck have they not done Mutton Junkyard?
So everyone thought the reveal, that leak with because it was a leak. Shout out to What's on Joe Mine. They were like, oh, okay, it's gonna be a figure. It said figure with animal. So they were coming up with everybody, and then a Snake Eyes and Timber again. We thought it would be Mutton Junkyard. It seemed logical, but no, not this time.
Another fucking Snake Eyes. Low light, right? Yeah, low light would be fire, man. Low light is one of the dopest. Yeah. And I'll even say, like, once again, just a random, even Tunnel Rat wouldn't be so bad, but low light needs to. There should be priorities of classic ones. And another oddball one would be Steel Brigade, man.
Oh yeah, so Steel Brigade is part of the Action Force universe right now. So let me see if I can grab it. Where the hell is it? Man, it's somewhere. Oh, here it is. Oh, this is my CoverGirl custom. Shout out to my roommate.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, he's lit.
That's really dope.
All right, here we are. We did it without destroying the collection. There's the Steel Brigade. It's from Action Force, Valaverse.
That's dope, man. That looks
good. Yeah, check out valaverse.com or BBTS. Sometimes I think these are hard to get because people are building them, but yeah, definitely get one of these. Just it's really, you gotta blow dry it though. It came in stiff, but
I'm trying to get a Steel Brigade O-ring, but I mean, I'm just trying to like see if I can get some luck with a deal on one, because you're not getting anything for under 200, man.
No, it's crazy right now. Is that the wish list? The only thing I would add is probably Ripcord.
Ripcord's dope. I got Ripcord back up there, the O-ring.
Yep. Ripcord. And so Night Force is a subline that I would love to see Target, Walmart take on when it's done. Look at that. Look at that. There it is. You just said it.
I'm on Instagram, Rare Action Figures. Night Force. Night Force was dope, man. Yeah. Night Force was really dope.
Doc would be dope. Doc, because we don't have a medic yet. Right. So Doc. And then we have all these troop builders. We're talking army builders, but what about some green shirts, some grunts? You know?
Yeah, that's a good idea, man. Why not? Get some of the OGs up in there. They just did what they do. Striker. Wait, who'd they do? Did they just do Striker? I think so. And Dial Tone would be dope too, man. I see a couple who would be dope in there.
Well, the Sky Striker, but no Striker.
Oh no, what's his name? Stalker, not Striker.
Yeah, Stalker. Can't wait to get our hands on that one.
Yeah, me too, man. He's super.
Hopefully it's not May of next year.
Yeah, man. What you call it? Hawk. That I think Hawk would be dope. You know what I'm saying? There's a couple guys, man, that they could do.
Yeah. Any other thoughts on future Joe stuff before we get into the music?
Keel Hall. Yeah, man.
That's a deep cut. Yeah. So, dude, it's been a pleasure. But before we go, I want to ask you what's next. You explained the album that you got coming up, the Joe one. But what's up musically? What do you got coming up?
Musically, I'm about to release an album with my brother Stu Bangers, who he produced the whole album. I got Jadakiss on that album.
Bananas.
I got Black Thought on the album.
Wow.
Pharohs does a hook on the album.
Crazy.
Titled Esoteric. It's bonkers, man. The album, it's probably the best album I've ever done in my entire life.
Oh man,
it's incredible. So that's Stu Bangers produced that. That's not the one with the G.I. Joe samples, but
right.
It's crazy. So that one I'm super proud of. And then I have a lot of stuff coming up, man. I got a lot of songs I'm gonna release and a lot of different joints. Yep. The one with the G.I. Joe samples in it, that's me and Eric Vanderslice's EP that's coming out on Coal Mine Records.
Yep.
Just a lot of dope stuff.
So speaking of Vanderslice, he's homies with Take It Personal.
Yeah.
So those are the homies right there.
Full of Flavor. Yeah, man. I did one of their first episodes with them, man. I've been working with them for a minute. I love those dudes. They're so dope.
Let's get you when they're done all the Kanye stuff. Let's get you back on.
I know. I just did a list for him for a book. I don't want to reveal it if he didn't.
Oh yeah.
I just did a list for him for his upcoming book.
Yeah, Jason's a big Star Wars nut. He's got a collection too. You see his bar setup with the arcades? That shit's
I didn't.
It's pretty wild. Yeah. I'll have to show you pictures or get us in a chat room or something. But I can't go without letting you rap. You have to. Let's hear some Joe. You got some flow for the Joe? Let's come on.
Bars with let me search some.
If I want that job at Hot 97, I got to do it right. You know what I'm saying?
Wait a minute. Let me see what I got. You're gonna editing here.
We'll get the beat out. No, we'll do it.
What the hell is this? I'm Destro, Zartan, Major Blood, summon rain with mud to cause waves and floods, stick a rapper for their money like a major does. I gotta use that, bro. I didn't even know. These are just like rough ideas. Let me put this to the front of my notes right there.
That's fire. He's looking at his notepad for Joe Raps and found it within like 10 seconds. Here
we go. I always say stuff. I've been rocking a mask before Zartan, sending souls up to space, call me Starman. From a dark land, shooting up a park jam, fiend sniffing Narcan, modern day Tarzan. You're the type to provide the narcs info. I'm like Carl Weathers and y'all are Carl Winslow. Matter of fact, I'm Carl Sagan. I grew up in the streets when the streets was all Reagan. Now I bathe in blood of those that's hating. Fuck Kanye West, I'm Wes Craven. You in the precinct basement giving statements. I'm in the government lab studying spacemen. Just wait until they set up the roadblocks and replace the beat cops with robots. I'm on the rooftop, can't stop, won't stop, picking off people till the drones get a dome shot. And even then, still murder. Upload the data from my brain to a server. Go and pick up the burner, continue my rampage, and how to kill a manifesto on my fan page. I'm real handy with hand grenades. That ain't a ring on my finger when the hand's displayed. That's the pin that I pulled that I can't replace. That'll launch all your DNA strands into space.
Boom! Oh man, thank you so much for that. That was crazy.
Absolutely.
This has had to be the illest episode of A Toy Kind of Mood we ever did, man. App, thanks so much. Where can people find you, your music? Let them know your IG. Where.
On Instagram, it's just at Apathy. APATHY is my thing, and then Twitter, I'm like Apathy DGZ. Just Apathy everywhere. My music is on Spotify, iTunes, YouTube. You shouldn't. I own the trademark of the word apathy, so there should be no confusion as to anybody else on those platforms.
That's amazing.
Yeah, good looks for having me, man. I love
this. This won't be the last time, man. This won't. Maybe we could get a collabo with Pharaoh on a PulseCon episode in the future, a Comic-Con.
Talk to him. I'll get him on here with you, man. He'd love to talk about this shit.
That's what's up. Yeah, that would be just life over after that. I could just jump off the roof.
Call him when we jump off here, man.
That's what's up, dude. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Episode 73. App. Thanks again, Travis Moody, Toy Kind of Mood. See you in the streets in the toy aisle.
Peace.
Crimson Guard, the evil twin brothers Tomax and Sagbot. The gods had to end the round.